We have seen how the author represents his views in this lesson, a talk on advertising. This lesson or this essay or this speech is a post dinner speech. The speech is the speech was spoken by Herman Wouk at his friend's office after the dinner. Herman Wouk was an American author, immigrant. He was migrated from he migrated from Russia to America with his parents. So, Herman Wouk in this essay, a talk on advertising, expresses his views about the negative features of advertising. He thinks advertising job is a job of cheating people and earning more money. So, in this essay, Wouk suggests that the business of advertising is nothing but a facade. Facade, a pretense, cheating. Maybe it looks like a flourishing business. At this point of time, the advertising business seems like a popular business, but it is a nasty, according to the author, it is a nasty business. It is an unpleasant, dirty business. So the author goes to Marquis' office on his invitation. The author, Herman Wouk, was invited by his friend Marquis, and he goes there. So, in his office, he found different things used by an advertiser. So, the office was filled with many pictures, captions, models, like other offices do. When we enter any office, we can see there some trophies, some photo frames, or some wordings, some beautiful captions, or some religious photographs, or some views, natural views. So, here also, when the author visited or went on Marquis' office, he noticed that there were many models' pictures were decorated that room. The many pictures were there. So, how does he respond? What did he speak? According to him, according to the writer, or according to Herman Wouk. Advertising as an activity which is unproductive and wasteful. It corrupts everything which is sweet and beautiful. It spoils completely. It, it is primarily the misuse of language as a means of propaganda in advertising business that the writer disapproves of. Any writer gives importance to language. So, but what does advertiser do? A advertiser spoils everything. In order to get money, he misuses the nature, the language. The business of advertising thrives on deceit and trickery. See, the author says that this business is stood on cheating, deception, or trickery, tricks, using tricks. This business cheapening of our taste, it spoils our true imagination. It spoils audiences or people's true interest. So let us see, what does he say? What does the author speaks about this advertising business? An after dinner oration by the artist. Marquis, while you were talking, I looked around this table and saw that nearly everyone here wins subsistence through the activity called advertising. So, subsistence, a basic thing like money, food, a minimal source that is necessary. Food, clothes, shelter, which is very necessary, no? So this is called subsistence. So the author says that I looked around this table and those who gathered here, they they are they received money, or they received income through what? Through the activity called advertising. Now I realize that you invited me in the absence, enforced by your sedentary ways of stuffed tiger heads or other trophies on your walls, a live artist being the equivalent of a dead beast as a social ornament. What he accuses that maybe you invited me in the absence. He speaks to Marquis. You invited me in the absence, enforced by your sedentary ways, means your idle ways. Sedentary, without working much, inactive, idle, without doing much work or much movements or much work. So the author says that now I understood that you invited me in the absence, like you were invited others. You were not conscious while you invited me. it was your sedentary ways, it's your inactive ways it made you to call me. Of stuffed tiger heads or other trophies. Now I realize that you invited me in the absence, enforced by your sedentary ways, of stuffed heads or other trophies on your walls. Stuffed tiger heads means the toys, stuffed soft toys. So those kind of stuffed tiger heads, it could be soft toys, were hanged or were put up on the wall, as well as trophies. A live artist being the equal of a dead beast as a social ornament. So what you have done now, Marquis, you, the tiger, you use the tiger's head as a social ornament, decorative thing. The tiger, if it was alive, it could be, if it would in a zoo or a safari, it would be appreciated by the people by seeing his walk, his stripes, his beauty. But now you decorated your wall with the dead tiger head, and it is like a social ornament, decorative thing. I will not question your motive because it has given me a chance to do a beautiful and good thing. But I'm not going to question your intention. But this, your invitation, has given me a chance to do a beautiful and good thing. That is to speak on the disadvantages of the advertising. I should like to entreat all these gentlemen to redeem the strange bittersweet miracle of their lives while there is yet time, by giving up the advertising business at once. So I would like all these gentlemen who gathered here, certainly they are belongs to this advertising business. So I would like that all of these gentlemen would quit or would leave or would give up this advertising business after listening his oration. Has it ever occurred to any of you gentlemen to examine the peculiar fact that you find bread in your mouths daily? So he questions the people who gathered there. Has it ever occurred to any one of you gentlemen to examine the peculiar fact, distinctive, unusual fact that you find bread in your mouths daily? Do anyone feel, or has anyone thought that how do you receive, or how do you get this food in your mouth, which is in your mouth? How does this happen? Who is it that you have persuaded to feed you? So How could this happen? Who is it? Pursued, persuade. It's not pursued, sorry, it's a persuade. Persuaded, persuade, convince. Manavolisu. Who is that? You have convinced to feed you. The obvious answer is that you buy your food, but this just states the question in another lesser clear way. When someone asks you that how would you get the food, what is your answer? You'd say, yeah, I have money and I'll get that. I am getting, or I get what I want. But that's a different answer, because money is nothing but an exchange token. Money is nothing but just exchange token. If you give money, the shopkeeper would give you the things, grocery items or materials for your money, isn't it? One does not get anything back or free. One should pay the money to get things, or to get materials. Drop the confusing element of money from the whole process. So now keep out the element of money, keep out from the whole process. And the question I have posed must confront you bleakly. Confront, challenge. My question, that who is it that you have persuaded to feed you? To whom you convinced to feed you? Confront, challenge. Bleakly, exposed barely. What is it that you do that entitles you to eat? So, what is the thing that you are doing? So, for that work, or that work gives you money or gives you to eat? His question is very simple. Means, you are having bread, you are eating your food, but how do you get that food? Certainly one would say, yeah, through money. You go to the shop, you give the money, you buy the things. No, not that. That's the sentence. Keep the money outside of the sentence, outside of the concept. Now, tell us, what is it that you do that entitles you to eat? What is the work that you do that qualifies you to eat? That means that qualifies you to have food. What? So, in the coming next para, he mentions different kinds of works, professions,